So by now you all know that I played a huge role in the film Brudars, and I think a big part of the reason why acting just came so natural to me was because I actually have prior performing experience. That experience being my elementary school musicals. So imagine it like High School Musical, but it was in elementary school. So obviously, you know, that would mean I was Troy. Here's just a quick funny side note that kind of relates to this, but the first job I ever had was at a library, and I worked with basically like exactly the types of people you would imagine, you know, like older, middle-aged librarian women. They were all very nice people, but it just, you know, they fit the stereotype is what I'm saying. But anyways, one day I came into work and one of the ladies stopped me and she's like, you know who you look like? You look like that Troy. And I was like, who? I don't know a Troy. And she was like, from High School Musical. I was like, oh, you mean Zac Efron. And she was like, yeah. Then she'd call over like two other librarians and pointed out the same fact, and they both agreed. And that's not even like the only time it's happened. One of my future jobs was at the clothing store Hollister, and on two separate occasions, two of the moms I was helping check out brought up the same thing, that I looked like Zac Efron. And believe me when I say, like, I appreciate hearing it every time. Like, it does wonders for my self-confidence. But deep down, I'm always thinking, like, you know I don't look like Zac Efron. Because if I did, like, my situation with women, my dating life would be just like vastly different. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at this. Look at this. You see pretty obvious difference, right? Yeah, I'm 2 inches taller than the guy. So, you know, like, I would be eating less women than I am right now if I actually looked like him. So anyways, after they first made that comparison, there was like 4 or 5 of the librarians that worked there that would just, they kept calling me Zach, and I thought it was like a joke or something, but then I started to think, like, I don't think they even knew my name. I think they actually thought my name was Zach or something. I don't know what happened there. Anyways, back to my first grade musical. So here's basically how my elementary school musicals worked. You would have a group of like 3 or 4 kids. They would speak some lines, introduce the upcoming song or the upcoming singers or something like that. And that's the role I was playing. And I don't remember like what I even said, because like it was first grade. I'm 21 years old, okay? Cut me a break. But that's not even the important part, okay? First grade was when I first began to take interest in females. So yeah, first grade, I had my very first crush on a girl, and somehow, some way, by the work of God himself, I would have to imagine, I was in the same group as my crush, I guess, for the speaking roles. Which, you know, was pretty awesome to begin with. Here's the best part, okay? Here's the kicker of the situation. After everyone was done doing their speaking parts, everyone on stage would hold hands and take a bow. And guess who I was standing right next to? I'm telling you, like, all jokes aside, I was on top of the world, man. So basically we performed it 3 times, once for the younger grades, once for the older grades, and then once for the parents, which means I get to hold her hand 3 times. So I don't remember much, because like I said, it was first grade. If I had to break down like what was going through my head, I would say 40% was trying to memorize and like nail my lines. Another 40% was like, oh yeah, y'all see this? Y'all see this? Obviously I wasn't holding my own hand, I was holding her hand. That's kind of what I'm trying to imply here. But I felt like if the most freaking alpha male on planet Earth in that moment. And then the last 20% was me focusing on trying not to pitch a tent in front of the entire school. But anyways, yeah, that's the story of my my first grade musical. And the very first time I performed, hence why I'm such a good actor, you know, in the modern day. So, yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.